Okay, right, good morning everybody. First item on the agenda is to pick an appointment of chairperson. I believe Councillor Jones wants that to be me, so I'm a chairperson. Second item is good morning. Welcome to the meeting of the Regeneration and Sustainable Development Cabinet Board today, 30th of July 2021. To make you aware that today's meeting will be recorded. I would also like to welcome any members of the public and press to today's meeting, but could I kindly ask you to observe the meeting only, as you are not allowed to speak or participate in the meeting. Please ensure your phones are switched to silent for the duration of the meeting. In addition, can I refer you to the protocols for remote meetings, which have been previously highlighted in the scrutiny committee by the chair. Next item is on the agenda, do is roll call. I am Councillor Annette Wingrave, chair of today's meeting. Tammy, can you take a roll call, please?
Thank you, Chair. Yes. We also have Councillor Leanne Jones.
Present, Tammy.
Thank you. Scrutiny Chair, Councillor Steve Hunt.
Thank you, Tammy. I'm here.
Thank you. Vice Scrutiny Chair, Councillor Rachel Taylor.
I'm here, Tammy, thanks.
Thank you. Officers Lana Bainan.
Yeah, thanks, Tammy.
Thank you. Charlotte Davis.
Present.
And myself, Tammy Davis. And that's the roll call complete, Chair.
Thank you, Tammy. Move on to item agenda 3. I have no announcements for today. Item 4, are there any declarations of interest? Leanne, do you have any?
None, Chair.
Thank you. Agenda item 5, minutes of previous meetings. We've got the minutes of the previous meetings on the 25th of June. Before I move confirmation of their accuracy, are there any comments on the accuracy?
None, Chair.
And now move confirmation of the accuracy of the minutes. Please can I have a seconder?
I second those, Chair.
Thank you. Agenda item 6, environmental health and trading standards, food and feed law enforcement review 2020 to 2021 and food and feed service delivery plan 2021 to 2022. Officers, anything extra you'd like to add? Lana?
I think that Councillor, I think that one's Mark's.
Yeah.
I think that's Mark's, Thomas.
Is
I'm
that
not
the
sure if
draft?
he's come back in.
No,
No,
yeah.
that's not present, Chair. So if you have no questions, that one is for information only.
Right. Councillor Jones, you got anything you'd like to add?
No, that's all fine, thanks.
Okay, so it's for information only, so we'll put that through and we'll go to agenda item 7. This is a tenant fee delegations. Is there anything else? Have you got anything to add, Lana, to this? No?
You're on mute, Lana.
Lana.
Sorry, Chair, I'm just calling Mark Thomas in because I don't think he knows he's supposed to come in. See.
Tam, I can help as well.
Yeah, if there are no questions though,
Yes.
we take it that members have read the report.
Yeah.
Or...
Both myself and Leanne have read these anyway, and we were happy with them, and we told officers the same. So I don't think there's need for him to come in, is there?
Just so that you know, yes.
Chair. Yeah, just in case you do have any questions at all.
Oh, Mark, we're going over the tenant fee delegations for the cabinet board. We just wondered if you had anything to add to them, or
no, nothing. Hopefully the reports are quite sort of comprehensive and explains everything.
Yeah.
If there is any queries, obviously I don't mind attending, but I'll take your advice on that.
have you got any questions? Yeah, you know all about it anyway, so.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. It's a comprehensive report, as Mark has said, so no, I'm fine with that.
Right, thank you, Mark. Sorry for calling you in. That's all we need to do for. Sorry.
That's all right, no problem. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Have a
you.
good morning.
So it's for decision. There's a recommendation on page 71 and 72, and I refer members to the IIA in Appendix 1 and the circulated report. Councillor Jones, are you happy to approve?
I approve, Chair.
So that goes through then, thank you. Agenda item 8, the NPTB friendly scheme. Anything further from officers? Lana, do you have anything extra to add?
Nothing extra, Chair.
No, right, okay. So it's for decision, recommendation on page 85. I refer members to the IIA in Appendix 1 to the circulated report. Councillor Jones, you happy to approve?
I approve, Chair. And a very comprehensive report delivered again, Lana, so well done.
Yeah, a lot of work
Thank
gone
you,
into
Councillor
this, yeah.
Thank you.
Right, so move on to item 9, consideration of Neath Talbot's replacement local development plan 2021 to 2036. Lana, I don't suppose so, but have you got anything extra you want to add?
No, thank you, Chair.
Okay. Right, okay, so first of all, it's for decision, recommendation on page 120 and 121, but there's amendments on this. But before we go to amendment, Councillor Jones, are you happy? You got anything to ask or anything?
No, I'm happy with that. I think again, a very comprehensive report by Lana, and you know, many questions from members. So well answered, really, Lana. That's all I have to say to that.
She knows how spectacular I think she is. She's marvellous. She does an absolutely brilliant job on everything she does.
Aw.
I know you're gonna be rushing now, aren't you, Lana? Before I move on to recommendation, I know there's amendments for that, but there was a suggestion that we add something to the council tax bill. Lana, can I ask you to speak to the cabinet member for finance on that first, because I know there might be issues there. Right, so I have two recommendations. Well, I gotta find them now on here. Right. So the first recommendation, does somebody want to read it out with the amendment for me? Because I didn't catch it all.
Yes, certainly, Chair. Does Councillor Hunt want to explain what happened in the scrutiny committee, just for those
Yeah.
who are just watching the cabinet board recording?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I think you were aware that Sean put up, are we referring to the, which one are we talking about? Not the council tax, Annette?
No, the information from members regarding the suggestions that come in.
Charlotte, go on, yeah.
Do you want me to come in?
Yeah, you wrote it down, did you?
Yeah, so I know Tammy has the amendment there, but I think
Yeah, got it. If you just give an overview of what the scrutiny committee wanted, Charlotte, so that's okay.
Yeah, so just to give cabinet board members and obviously if there's anyone else in attendance, just a bit of an overview. I think Councillor Sean Pacey just wanted to have officers consider really some amendments in relation to the community involvement scheme. That's a part of the our LDP report, appendice, sorry, and it was to do with having consideration of a provision of a letter drop alongside the existing council communication to households to try and help with that, and the stakeholder meetings, if there could be clarity around those and potentially having them in person rather than virtual meetings. So it was those elements of the discussion that he wanted officers to consider really, in terms of amending the report slightly. So I'm not sure if cabinet members are happy with that and the amendment that's put forward, which Tammy can go through if you're happy to.
Can I briefly, Chair, that's why I thought it was in line with the council tax letter.
Yes.
So that's why I thought if it wasn't the council tax, I had missed it. But no,
Right,
thank
okay.
you, Charlotte. Thank you, Chair.
Right, so he has wrapped that element of the council tax letter in that then, but it doesn't say that in the recommendation. That's not clear in the recommendation, because
It wasn't agreed, Chair, if I may.
no, that's the only part I have a problem with. So
can I read out the amendment, Chair? And
yeah.
if you were happy with that, then of course
Yeah.
you can apply it to the cabinet board decisions as well then. So the first recommendation, we're looking at page 120 of the bundle. Okay, that the RLDP consultation draft delivery agreement as set out in Appendix 2 be agreed for the purpose of consultation, subject to the inclusion of the feedback from members in the Regen and Sustainable Development Scrutiny Committee in relation to community involvement. So that the other two go to yourselves as stated on page 120, Chair.
I think that's fine, because anything that comes through scrutiny committee is then got to go through cabinet board anyway. So I think that gives the scrutiny committee the scope to discuss things in depth if they need it. That's fine. I got no problem with that, Leanne. Are you all right with that?
Oh, I'm happy with that, Chair.
There we are then. So we'll go to recommendation as Tammy read it out for number 1. You happy to move that, Leanne?
I move, Chair.
Right, and I'll go to recommendation number 2, the draft ISA scoping report as set out in Appendix 3 be agreed for the purpose of consultation. Remove that.
I move, Chair.
And recommendation number 3, the publication and consultation procedures are set out in the report as implemented.
I move, Chair.
And I don't know if I said it the first time, but the recommendations on page 120 and 121, members can refer to the IA in Appendix 1 to the circulated report. So we approve that item. Thank you. I move on to agenda item 10, the forward work programme. That's for Norton. Agenda item 11, urgent items. I have none. So that's the end of business today. Thank you all for attending. Have a nice weekend. Lana, get some downtime. Thank you all
Same
for
to you,
coming.
Annette, and
Have a nice-
everybody. Have a nice
Have a nice weekend all. Ta-ra
Thanks,
now.
Chair.
Thank you, Chair.
Bye.
Thank you.